This isn't where it stops. We are sure that one day we will be removed from the presence of sin, and often Colleen's heart ached for heaven and for Heather. And Ellis described to you how she verbalized, or wrote out in this case, how she wishes she just had a friend to push. While there was no button to push for Colleen, Jesus completed his promise and exchanged earthly air for celestial air. Colleen breathed her last breath, and her suffering and anguish were gone. Her heavenly state began. It's what she longed for so many years. Jesus assured us that this would happen in John 14. He says, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God. Trust also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, I would not have told you. I am going there to prepare a place for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you also may be where I am." Colleen is with Jesus. Ellis, you are left with the sweet memories of a woman who loved you dearly. You are also left with a hole in your heart and a hole in your life that can't be filled by anyone else. You're left with those things. You are also left with the reality that Colleen is not here to listen to you, which I know you will miss terribly. We've talked about that. You are left with the grief that comes from great loss, but you're also left with the joy that comes from knowing that her suffering is ended and you have had so many years with her. You are left with those things. Lamentations 3, which was read earlier, one of the verses was, "Because of the Lord's great love, we are not consumed, for his compassions never fail. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." Alice, you're also left with the reality that Jesus' great love and compassion for you will not fail. You talked about that extensively yourself. In addition, you're also left with us. You're left with family that loves you. Talked often with me over the years about brother and your sister and your extended family. You're left with them. They're here supporting you. They love you. So you're left with us, your family, and those of us in this room who care deeply about you. A group of people who've come to celebrate Colleen's life and have come to express our love and support of you. You are not alone. You are loved. We cannot fill the space that Colleen has left, but we can and will stand with you as you process the grief. We will be a people who will lift you up in prayer, who will grieve alongside of you, and who will listen to you. Not as good as Colleen did, but we will listen. The reality for all of us is we rest in the assurance of God's word when he says, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives, so do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." Jesus says, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he may die, he shall live. And whoever lives and believes in me shall never die." The psalmist tells us these two things: that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. The Lord is near. The psalmist tells us to cast your burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain you. It is in these truths that all of us come around with you to celebrate Colleen's life and to let you know that we are believing him with you, that these things will be lived out in your everyday experience as you go forward. Let's pray. Father, thank you for the reality that you do love us. And Father, collectively, we here today wrap our arms around Ellis figuratively, and ask that you would specifically wrap your loving arms around him, that you would draw him to your chest, that you would lavish him with your love and affection, that your patience and loving kindness would wash over him, that your mercy and grace would be new every day, that you would sustain him and lift him up and give him the strength that he needs to move forward. And may he not waver in his assurance of the reality of what you're doing in his life. We lift him up to you, and we thank you for the reality that you are God and that you will sustain us. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Psalm 46. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. Though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. Selah. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fail. God will help her at daybreak. Nations are in the uproar and kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice and the earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Selah. Come and see the works of the Lord, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. And the Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Selah.
Stand up all time.
Bowing here
cannot stand or fall on you. Jesus, you're my hope and stay. Sing that again. So teach my soul to rise to you. When temptation comes my way, when I cannot stand or fall on you. Jesus, you're my hope and stay. Lord, I need you. Oh, I need you. Every hour, Lord, I need you. I'm on defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. You're my one defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need you. You're my defense, my righteousness. Oh God, how I need
Let's pray. Father, thank you for this time together today to celebrate Colleen's life and to honor the good work that you've done in her and Heather and Ellis and in all of us. Thank you for the privilege just to be changed by their story and to just want to walk more closely with you because of the way that they have stewarded the lives that you gave them. And so I just pray a blessing over Ellis as this new season of his life is birthed today. And thank you for Steve's words and just the reminder that we are all committed to walking well with Ellis. And thank you for his family being here today and just for the privilege to celebrate the amazing woman that you created and the marriage that they had that so honored you. And so we just thank you for this day. Thank you for the beautiful weather, for the time to gather together, and for the food that you have given us that we're going to go and enjoy together. Amen. I'd like to invite everyone to join us at the Discovery Center, which is the first building of Wycliffe. As you leave here, there will be people to direct you. Lunch is prepared, and we'd like to ask everyone to just wait a minute to let Ellis and his family exit, and then we'll be joining y'all there.
This is where I carry my skirt.
Maybe it's because yeah. Thank you guys.
Just